remember I'm in the back seat with Alan Haka.
So you know that was one of the cars around there, Bill?
Yes, to land this. Mr. Walter Gretzky, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm still standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. Just go ahead and pinch me. Go on now.
They're crafted with 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to See and Be Seen, the show that celebrates all the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so very special. From Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island to Newfoundland and Labrador, we take you to where the action is. And that's why we're in Charlottetown, to celebrate Canada Day. And that's why we're here in St. Andrews by the Sea for Dine by Design East, to see these guys, to celebrate spring. And that's why we're in Halifax for TPB3. Huh? What do you think?
Nice one.
Thanks.
Where's your drink?
Who's got your belly?
What a time of it. Last year, CNBC TV took in everything from world premieres to concert events to fashion shows. We visited TV sets and hung out with the stars. We decorated and arranged. We hit the links. We even hit the road for the first time. We learned a lot, discovered a ton, and laughed and laughed and laughed. Indeed, last year was a blast. And as we wish you a Happy New Year from Canada's East Coast, we wanted a flashback to some of the highlights and share the future with you too, because there's lots in store for 2015, and we've got some cool scoop to share with you to boot. Plus, we have brand new music from the Ennis sisters, and we'll dole out some lovely free stuff too. With so much in store, I say let's get on with the show, beginning with our first flashback to February, when SABStv was at Casino New Brunswick in Moncton, hooking up with the Crop Circles and Tractor Beams tour for a full-on special with the award-winning and awesome Dean Brody.
What's it like, though, but now you're filling up stadiums and people are singing along with your songs? Is it still awesome? Like, or is it getting better?
No, it's better. I mean, because when you first start out, you have a song and you're supposed to play like an hour and a half, and nobody knows your stuff, and so you're doing other people's songs, you're doing songs and nobody knows that they're your own songs. People are talking over your music. It's like, it's hard, right? But now it's like everybody knows every song, and so you can do a full show and really enjoy it because everybody's participating and we're all sharing in that moment. So it's definitely gotten better.
Yeah. So now I asked you 4 years ago where you'll be in 5 years. Where will you be now in 5 years, Dean?
I hope I'm still singing and writing songs, and I hope I can keep writing. That's the key, because I you know.
Where are you getting inspiration? Is it like, do you wake
yeah.
up in the middle of the night? Is it on the bus? Like,
it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's a movie. Sometimes it's just people. Like, I'm fascinated by people and how they live their lives. And on the East Coast, there's a lot of colorful people around, right? So, yeah, you can't.
I ran into Dean once in the post office because we live sort of in the general area, and I swear he flinched. Hey?
Yeah, I remember seeing you.
See, he's trying to wipe it from. It was not good. Remember,
I
wasn't
saw you in an
fit for.
antique store
Yes,
too, yeah.
but I was not fit for public consumption that day, and I scared Dean. I'm not going to kid you. Remember that?
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Oh, I'll pay you later. I heard you're writing a screenplay. Is that true?
Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 on the go, but it's just for fun. Like, it's kind of like, you know how some people.
What do you mean for fun?
Well, some people watch birds for fun, and I love stories, so it's not just like writing songs. I love writing all kinds of different ways to tell a story.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Do you like the whole, like, literally, like, and then they move through the room, like, all like.
Oh, yeah, I love
technical?
it. I love it. I don't know if I'm any good at it, but I really do love it. Yeah, because it's so visual. It's cinema is one of the greatest ways to tell a story.
Yeah. So you're a movie guy.
I love movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and I said who would play you. Do you remember who you said?
Mm-mm.
Really? Has it changed? The movie, the Dean Brody story. Who plays Dean Brody?
I don't know. Who was it? Who did I say?
You
It
said
must have
Morgan
been-
Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You haven't
Why not?
changed?
Sure, I'll go with Morgan.
Okay, and let's talk about the fellas that flank you out there on the road, because I watched the Facebook posts and the tweets and the whatnot, and the Brody, they're like they're kindred spirits. Is that fair? Or?
Yeah, and they call themselves the Brodeo, which is kind of
like it.
weird.
No,
I told them,
like
guys,
it.
you got to go with a different name. But yeah, no, they're amazing guys, and I mean, it's some of my best friends. We've hung out for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So
and you get to know one another. Let's be clear when you're out there.
Yeah, and they're really great guys. I mean,
Yeah.
not only some of the best musicians in Canada or
Yes.
North America, but they're just great guys, great hangs, and
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a better group.
And you made a really great friend in Alan Doyle. I know It's Friday has become like a mantra for people now. How did that come together?
I wrote the song and thought, man, this would be really cool to do with Great Big Sea. And my management talked to Great Big Sea's management, and Alan called me up out of the blue one day. He's like, man, I really dig this song, and let's do it, you know. And so they took it into the studio in Newfoundland. I think he has a studio there. And they did their thing, and we got together for the video. My first trip to Newfoundland.
It was so cool.
Yeah,
hey,
it
that
was
video?
fun. It was a lot of fun.
You looked like you had fun.
We did.
Yeah. Would you have a favorite haunt there? Did you go any of the locals?
Alan took us to one place afterwards, and I forget the name of it, but
Is it the Duke?
Yeah, that may have been it actually. But I mean, you could go anywhere on Water Street, George Street. It's all awesome down there.
Awesome. You're awesome, Dean Brody.
Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it.
Well, the Coast to Coast tour was a huge success, and Dean's Crop Circles won both the CCMA and the Juno Award for Country Album of the Year, making it the #1 country album of 2014, spawning 4 hit singles, including the title track, the #1 smash Bounty, the very funny Mountain Man, and one of our favorites, a song he co-wrote with New Brunswick native and Brodeo guitarist Jason Barry. That song, Another Man's Gold.
He said one man's trash is another man's gold.
It was so great to meet up with Mr. Brody and get a tour of Casino New Brunswick. You know, they've got some outstanding musical acts on the docket for 2015, including the Trews on January the 30th, Foreigner February the 5th, and Tom Cochran with Red Rider on March the 7th. And if country music is more your style, well, you can take in Tim Hicks on March the 20th and Emerson Drive on April 24th. And speaking of country music, make plans now to be in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Sunday, September the 13th for the biggest night in Canadian country music. The Scotiabank Centre will host the 2015 CCMA Awards. Tickets are on sale now, and you can find the details on that and all the events leading up to the big gala at ccma.org. There's nothing like live music, and CNBC TV took in a ton in 2014 from all around the Atlantic provinces and on the road too. For the first time ever, we took the show to Toronto, meeting up with East Coast folks and kindred spirits, and taking in Alan Doyle's star-studded show to benefit Alan Hocko's Company Theatre. Both Alans had crazy busy years. Alan Doyle toured his first solo album in spots around the world, published a best-selling book, and somehow found time to produce his sophomore CD entitled So Let's Go, set for release January 20th with a North American tour to support it, including 6 Atlantic Canadian dates announced so far. Hit alandoyle.ca for more info on that. And you know, Alan's year also included some acting. He reprised his role as Wolf Redman on Republica Doyle's 6th and final season, and if that wasn't enough, his new tune, Take Us Home, played out the final minutes of the hit series. It was the most delightful ending to a wonderful 6 years. As for the man himself, Alan Hocko's 2014 was bananas busy, and SABStv was there all along the way, catching him at the Company Theatre concert after having just flown in from a movie set in South Africa to a special fan event in Halifax, all the way to the St. John set as they filmed season 6. And it sure was hard to pick just one highlight, but we'll take you back to March for a smidge of our one-on-one amidst the Toronto rehearsals for his Company Theatre production of Belleville.
Let me just tell you this. He's on TV. He's got his own series. He's got his own miniseries. He's been in the movies. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he's returning to his roots on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, in Toronto. Alan Hocko.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. That's our director over there. You should shoot him.
Pan over to him. Look at him. He looks
Byrne.
very official.
That's Jason Byrne, director of theater. Nice. Jason is from Dublin, Ireland.
Really?
And he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. All right, I've got 3 things I need to cover off with you. First of all, and we'll get to the theater at the very end, what in the sweet name of heaven happened at the end of season 5?
For which show?
Oh my God.
The Republic of Doyle?
I mean, I was in tears. So take me through, what did you say when you said, yes, let's put this on the air and hurt all our fans, break their hearts? What happened? What was the thought process there?
And now it's time for the Republic of Doyle. That's what I imagine it would be like.
It was so gut-wrenching.
If we were on a Mexico, which I think we are on a Mexico.
I could still cry. I hear that song. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
remember when the shovel went in the ground? Were you not like, oh my God? Like I was a wreck.
Do you know when we put together that sequence, we had another tune in place. We had an amazing Amelia Curran tune in place for it that I really, really wanted to use.
Okay. Because how did you get that song, Alan? Honest to God.
Wayne Warren, who's our music supervisor, picked it and got it. Wow. I didn't know it. I mean, I'm not current with... and I listened to it the first time on a laptop, and I was like... I skipped it, actually. I said no to it, and I wanted to do the Amelia Curran song, and it wasn't right. The Amelia Curran song is brilliant. I think it's a far superior tune, even far superior to Say Something. It just wasn't right for the moment. And then when I asked, the guys asked me to look at Say Something again, so I got someone to burn me a DVD of the whole cut, so I watched the whole cut in context. And my assistant and I were watching it in my living room, and she was on the floor crying. And then, you know,
it's gut-wrenching.
I showed it to some other people very close to me, just the final sequence, and I was in tears too. Like it was you know, your gut tells you what the answer is, and when the gut tells you that you're crying over a show that you're in, and you wrote the whole thing, and you've already edited the episode, you've seen it 14 times, and if you're crying at the end, then
right. It's unbelievable. We'll move along to the next chapter, which is the reason why you were off the continent. Now take us through how you got involved with the Book of Negroes, because how cool is that? It's
an amazing book, and Lawrence Hill wrote that fantastic book, and he and Clement Virgo put together the screenplay for it, and it's a miniseries for CBC and for BET, Black Entertainment Television in the States. And it came across my desk a long, long time ago, actually. I was in Vancouver, and I got the first script. My character, Solomon Lindo, is not even in the first script.
Are you a good fellow?
Yeah, I think that he's got some attributes that are certainly not bad. He's complex. Okay. Solomon's a complex cat. And the first script I read it, I just knew I wanted to be in it. I didn't even know the character. But I'd read the book. I forgot I'd read the book a long time ago, and I reread it again after I read all the scripts, and it's just a quality piece of work.
So we've covered off the TV show, we've covered off the miniseries, and now we're here with the Company Theatre, and you're putting on this wonderful production, and you're back to the stage. Are you happy about that challenge?
I'm delighted. Yeah, I've needed Jason, who we saw a view of, who's over there and can hear everything I'm saying, so it'll all be good. I've been needing to work with Jason for 5 years. I haven't done a play with the Company Theatre, which is, as you said, is my company, in 5 years. I haven't done a play in 5 years. I just needed to sort of get back to the stage. I missed it.
Okay, now, forgive me if this is out of line, but did you have to audition? Or did you just go, I want that role? Like, how does that work? Because it seems like you might have a little pull, but I don't want to say that.
I haven't auditioned for quite some time. I will say, though, I'm sure I will again and all that kind of stuff, but not for my own friggin' company.
I didn't know. Is there a part of all of this Alan Hocko empire, if you will, that you love more? Like that you love, that you need to do it all? Like what is it that drives you?
Well, to be clear, the Company Theatre, Phil Riccio runs Company Theatre. I don't do anything anymore. I'm just like, I don't even know. I was making fun of it earlier. He still has me on the letterhead. I'm just grateful to be a part of the team, you know. But I love acting, you know. And I love writing. So I'll do that forever. And producing is a means to be able to play the parts that you want and create the trajectory of your own story instead of having someone else do that for you. And I've never been able to put my energy into that, to allowing other people to sort of create that journey for me. I've been lucky enough to be a part of that sometimes, but I don't rely on it.
Okay.
So the producing is purely just an ends to a means, or means to an ends. One of those.
Well, we thank you so much for hooking up with us here on our road trip, and we'll see you back on the East Coast before too long.
Thank you. That's how rumors get started, that we just hooked up on a couch.
Well, we checked the logs, and it's official. Alan Hocko holds the 2014 record for SABSTV's most featured guest. Can you blame us? You can check out the extended version of that interview and all of our Alan Hocko features over the years on cnbscene.com. And don't miss Alan when he stars in the 6-part miniseries The Book of Negroes when it premieres on CBC in Doyle's old time slot beginning Wednesday, January the 7th at 9 p.m., 9:30 in Newfoundland. And you'll also find Mr. Hocko in the spotlight for the January issue of Atlantic Business Magazine. Some dreamy, what? Still ahead on CNBC, the many sides of Jonathan Torrance, plus a huge guest star who's headed for the Haven Hood, and a brand new song from the Ennis sisters. We'll be right back. Welcome back to CNBC in this first edition of 2015. It was about this time 2 years ago that we were in St. John's. The weather was wicked, but the shopping along Water Street was warm and inviting. And no place more so than Rocket Bakery and Fresh Food. It was there that we learned how to decorate a cake, and we caught up to singer-songwriter Andrew James O'Brien. You can see our full Water Street show on cnbc.com, and we'll thank Rocket Bakery once again, this time for providing a friendly spot for Newfoundland's own the Ennis sisters to perform a song from their new album Stages. Please enjoy Take Me Home.
Bless the corners of this house and be the lintel blessed. Bless the hearth and every board and each place of rest, and every door that opens wide to stranger as to kin, and every crystal window pane that lets the starlight in at home. I'm going home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home, never forsake me, take me home. And bless the roof tree overhead and every sturdy wall, the peace of one, the peace of God, the peace of love on all at home. I'm going home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home, never forsake me, take me home. The road is long and weary, but the night from home is nearing. We all leave so we can know the reason why we wanna go home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home, never forsake me, take me home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home, never forsake me, take me home for solace and safety, home where the world will not break me, home, never forsake me, take me home, take me home.
Oh, so beautiful. You can pick up a copy of the Ennis Sisters' new CD Stages in stores and online at ennismusic.com. Huge thanks to the lovely Maureen, Karen, and Teresa Ennis for so graciously sharing their gift of song in both our Christmas shows and this, our New Year's edition. We should mention another one of their beautiful tunes, I'm Gonna Love You, was featured during the final season of Doyle. Episode 606, The Pint, had it playing at the end during Christian's wedding, and Andrew James O'Brien's music music could be heard at the ending of episode 602, No Rest for the Convicted. O'Brien's We Were a Boat and the Ennis Sisters' I'm Gonna Love You can be found in a new feature on our site called Music and Lyrics By, in which we get the scoop from the songwriters themselves about the inspiration and the reception to their music. Check it out on cnbscene.com. That's where you'll find our newly posted music and lyrics feature on PEI's own Tim Chasen for his amazing song, The Healing. The track appears on his album The Other Side, which is a killer disc, and his new project, Lost in Light, well, that's amazing too. It dropped down under back in November, and we're looking forward to Tim's domestic release in 2015 and a tour to go along with it. What a talent he is. And talk about talent, it was wall to wall at this year's Atlantic Film Festival, so much so that we overstuffed 2 episodes with East Coast entertainment goodness. The festival's big winner without question was Christian Sparks' film Cast No Shadow, sweeping all the major categories. So let's flash back to Halifax in September for our pre-premiere chat with AFF Best Actor winner Percy Hines White.
How was it for you?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was the best month of my life. It was really fun.
You got it all done in a month.
Yeah.
And now, how's the pace? Like, are you constantly on the go? Because I heard you're up and down cliffs, you're in caves.
I had some days off, like a couple of times, but I had to stay in Newfoundland for like the whole month. But I mean, it was
you're
like
on Belle Island too, right? So you're kind of
that was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Did you say cool or cold now, Percy?
Cold. It was
okay. What time of year was it?
It was like October, and it was cold.
Okay.
It was cold. It was like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very.
But
good.
it was fun. I was actually on Belle Island for my birthday.
Oh, nice. And how old did you turn?
I turned 12.
12. And you're going on 13 soon, right? In October.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's your actual birthday? So we can give you a shout out.
October 8th.
Nice. All right. Very good. Okay. Now, so you're a working actor. Your dad was telling me yesterday you're in Toronto right now. Is that right?
Yeah.
And how's that show going?
It's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
It's like pretty not fun in the winter, though. But it's fun in the summer.
You like acting.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's it like to work with your dad? Because the cool thing about this movie was you were playing a father and a son.
Yeah, it was like so fun. We had to do like so many scenes over and over again because we couldn't stop laughing.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was like,
these were heavy scenes though, buddy.
I guess so.
Yeah. But you were laughing.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of good.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right. And now here's the thing that worries me as like I'm never going to be an actor, so there's no worries about that. But the remembering of it all. Like does that ever
remembering the lines?
Yeah. How do you do it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, I did for like most days, but I mean, I just kind of like gave up after a while and would learn them like on the day that I was there. I know that's like a bad thing to say, but
well, that's probably all you really need to do, though, right? When
Yeah.
you think about it.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right. And what was the best part of this film? Because you kind of did a whole lot of stuff. You had some action. You had some scenes where you were, on your own. You were with groups of people. Like, what's the best part for you?
Well, the best part probably wasn't the acting. It was probably like the people there, the people who I got to spend time with. It was just like they kind of all became my family.
Be on the lookout for that lad in Films of the Future. We're sure he'll scoop up lots more awards along the way. Speaking of winning, let's get you on your way with a little TV free stuff. Up for grabs, lovely artwork from Lunenburg, Nova Scotia-based artist Kat Frick Miller. Her works are inspired by exploring the small details in everyday life and extraordinary adventures. I fell in love with this Barnes of Nova Scotia tea towel when I saw it at the Hubbard's Farmers Market, and I wanted you to have one too. All you need to do to score it is tell me which Atlantic Canadian was declared SABSTV's most featured person of 2014. We mentioned it earlier in the show, so hopefully you'll remember. And once you know it, hit the website at cnbscene.com, click on the TV Free Stuff button, and submit your answer. Good luck to ya, and we'll be right back with the many sides of Jonathan Torrance.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Torrance. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one thing to do in each of the Atlantic provinces. Let's begin in my home province of Prince Edward Island. It sounds crazy, and I've told people before, when you're going to Charlottetown, you have to have an egg roll at the Canton Cafe. I know what you're thinking. Charlottetown, egg rolls, that doesn't make sense. Really? Jam one into your word hole and tell me otherwise. It's the best thing you'll ever eat. Second best. Number 2, New Brunswick. If you're in Sussex, go to Captain Dan's. It's a fish and chips place out by Parley Beach. Maybe you're there for a concert and you want to jam things into your pink mouth. That's where to go. It's also a great place to get a drink. 3, if you're in Newfoundland, about an hour and a half to 2 hours outside of St. John's, there's an inn called Fisher's Loft. It's now run by my friend Luke Fisher. It's among the most beautiful places in the world. Luke used to work in television and film here in Halifax. He now lives there and runs the place. There is a 3-legged dog that takes you for walks on these cookie-cutter cliffs. It's among the most heartwarming, breathtaking scenery you'll ever see in your life. Lastly, here in Nova Scotia, if you're in Lunenburg, go visit Martino Ruiz at Fleur de Sel in Lunenburg. Again, food is really how I make every decision. It's maybe the best restaurant on the face of the earth. There you go, 4 things to do in Atlantic, Canada.
Huge thanks to the amazing Jonathan Torrance for those tips. That was from our Cool People Profile special we ran this summer. One of Jonathan's many 2014 appearances. We met up with him way back in March for our production report show. And then again in May, he joined us as J-Rock for the world premiere of Trailer Park Boys 3, Don't Legalize It.
We can negotiate this right quick, you know what I'm saying, and make a different ending.
It's not that kind of show.
Could be a happy ending too, that's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, he kills me. We met up once more in August on the Halifax set of CBC's hit series Mr. D. And be sure to catch Jonathan as Vice Principal Chile when Mr. D returns to CBC on Tuesday nights starting January 20th at 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. in Newfoundland. You can find all 8 seasons of Trailer Park Boys, the series, now playing on Netflix, along with TPB3 and all their other films. We met up with Jonathan's co-star, Nova Scotia's own phenom, John Dunsworth, a couple of times last year. I got some acting tips from him in March, and then a red carpet kiss from Mr. Leahy in May. And I hope you've been watching Mr. Dunsworth as Dave Teagues in Haven. This supersized 5th season has been their best yet, with more troubles than ever and amazing guest stars too, like WWE superstar Christian Cage, aka Jay Rizzo, and that's cool because he's reuniting with his real-life, lifelong friend and former tag team partner Adam Copeland, who is WWE superstar Edge rated R. He plays Dwight on the show, and Jay Rizzo's going to play McHugh, one of Dwight's oldest and closest friends, so that's like a full circle moment. And how about actress Laura Minnell? What an amazing addition she's been to the show. You might know her from Smallville or Alphas or ABC's hit show Motive. Well, she came to Haven as Dr. Charlotte Ross, and as it turns out, she's not that at all. What a totally wild mid-season finale, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you're not caught up, you best head to showcase.ca and watch them all, so you'll be ready when Haven returns with 13 brand new shows in the new year, and their biggest guest star of all, William Shatner, is taking on the Troubled Village, and all we can tell you best hang on to something. You can watch this episode or any of the other great Community One programming anytime you want. Simply click the on-demand button on your Bell Line Fiber Op TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. And be sure to visit cnbc.com for extended interviews, special features, cool people profiles, and lots more. We're so excited to be celebrating our 4th year online, and we've got plenty of awesome East Coast goodness in store for 2015. And the same goes for here on CNBC TV. It's set to be our most action-packed year yet, as we celebrate all the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so very special. I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Thanks for watching, and cheers to a happy new year.